Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Strong Mom Podcast. As always, the mighty mamacita Marisa is coming to you from behind the mic. And this is going to be the last episode for 2018. And if you can believe it, the end of the year is here already. I really appreciate all of you that have tuned in, that have subscribed, and that have shared the podcast. I plan on getting a lot more guests, more consistent about having an episode release every Thursday. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the older I get, the faster time flies by. I just remember being a kid and it felt like the days were very long. Summer vacations were long. Christmas vacations were really long. And maybe it's because I just had zero concept of time, but I feel like now I look back and I'm like, holy crap, that was 20 years ago, or I still have those freaking pants and I see a video that comes up in my memories and it's like 7 years ago, and then I still have those leggings. So I don't know if that means I need to go shopping or that somebody should buy me clothes for Christmas, but nevertheless, it's crazy how fast time goes by. Speaking of memories and things that popped up in my timeline, I had a really good laugh because I was looking back at this fitness bucket list. So I remember one year, instead of doing, my New Year's resolution goals, I decided to make a fitness bucket list and make this list of things that I wanted to do fitness-wise, before I die, because none of us are getting out of here alive. And I felt like, instead of trying to think about goals, I want to think about adventures or things that I want to try. So this wasn't an extensive list. This was back in 2011, and it consisted of things that at the time that I thought would be kind of fun to do and give me something to look forward to without calling it a New Year's resolution, and also not pin me into like a time frame where, these are things you need to accomplish within the next year. So the first thing that was on my list was to do a Tough Mudder. And I can sit here today and tell you that I actually did a Tough Mudder. It was not fun. And only because I really hate being cold and I hate running. And those are two things that happen when you do a Tough Mudder. It was cold and it involved a lot of running. It was 12 miles. It was about a mile in between each obstacle. And I will say, looking back on it, it was fun because I did it with a group of people. We had a lot of good laughs while we were doing it. So the memory of it and just the adventure of doing it was actually a lot of fun. Just the actual in the midst of it was not fun. Standing and trudging through water and mud while you're freezing was not fun. I don't know that I would ever do another one, but I'm definitely glad that I had it on my bucket list and that I actually did it. Okay, so another thing that was on my list was just to start rock climbing. I think here's what I wrote exactly. It just looks like fun, with ropes, of course. I don't want to die attempting my bucket list. So yeah, no, I have not done a lot of rock climbing. I've done hiking and I did a rock climbing wall, but I don't know if that counts towards accomplishing one of the things on my bucket list. I still have a lot of interest in doing that. However, given that I now compete more in powerlifting and I'm not trying to hurt myself, I'm probably going to change that bucket list to maybe stick to a rock climbing wall because that is actually a lot of fun and it's actually harder than you think. So I'm definitely going to leave it on my things to accomplish before I die. But I don't know where on the priority list that's going to end up. So the other thing that was on my list was, I'm going to read it from the list, compete again, but this time in a powerlifting meet. I think I'm totally capable of smashing some raw records. I just laugh at sometimes some of the wording, choice of wording that I use. But to look back and think, wow, had I never done that, I would not have met the people that I've met, traveled to the places that I've traveled. I just won my 4th national title, and I'm hoping, there's no hopes involved. I'm going to get my world championship title back in 2019. So I'm really thankful that I actually made this list and I followed through on some of the things because it has really moved me in a life direction that I may not have gone on in the first place. And it has introduced me to a world of people that I probably would not have otherwise met. So I'm really thankful. And I'm really looking forward to the continued adventure that powerlifting takes me on. Okay, so the other thing, I want to be able to do a mana hold. It's a gymnastic strength move. It's hard as hell. Google if you don't know how amazingly difficult this is. I have still been practicing that this many years later. And it's funny because as I go on gymnastics forums, and just the amount of people said, oh, I finally got my mana hold, and it only took me 15 years. I'm like, holy shit, what kind of goal did I set myself on? Because literally this is probably going to take me the rest of my life. It is so freaking hard. And I just I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be one of those things I'm ever going to accomplish because I'm not even a quarter of the way there to be able to hold it. And it's not that I don't have the strength, I just don't have the flexibility to get into the right positioning. So this might have to be one of those moves that somebody puts me in when I'm dead, and then they can just take a picture and say that I fulfilled something on my bucket list, even though I will have already passed away. Moving on, the next thing was I want to be on Wipeout. Yes, the show. It's kind of fitness related, but I need to learn to swim first. I'm blaming my mom for not tossing me in the water as an infant. Okay, so I will probably never be able to fulfill this because I don't think Wipeout is on anymore. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google some past episodes. It's actually really hilarious. However, I did just get a casting call to go on American Ninja Warrior, and it's kind of the same thing. So who knows? I filled out the application for that. So maybe I will fulfill something else that's eerily similar to Wipeout, and hopefully I won't be wiping out because my biggest fear is falling in water. So that's going to lead me to the next one, which was learn to swim. I hate people that can freely dive into water. I am green with envy. So yeah, I obviously need to learn to swim. It's not that I haven't tried. It's not for lack of trying. I have had clients that have tried to teach me. I just do not float. I just sink to the bottom like a heavy, heavy rock. It's beyond frustrating, and yeah, actually I'm just scared of water. I'm scared to go under the water. I don't like water in my ears. I just like water to wash my face and bathe and drink, but I just don't want to be submerged in it. But it's on the list of things to do before I die, so I'm going to make it happen. Unless that just so happens that I die in the water. I guess that checks off two things, or does it? Does it count if you drowned while you're in the water? Probably not. I'm definitely still going to try to make it happen and maybe be semi-okay at it. Let's continue the laughs. Really, I sound like a 12-year-old reading this list back to myself. I'm like, is this something that a 10-year-old wrote? It actually is quite sad that no, this is something an adult wrote. But I wrote, run a marathon. Yes, completely unrealistic since I hate running, but I just really want to say that I did one. Have not accomplished that yet. I don't even know that I really want to. I don't even know if I care to say that I even attempted one because a marathon is a really long ways and I hate running. I mean, I don't mind short distances, but like really to do that all at once, it just sounds really, really exhausting. But it's on the list. It's on the list of things to do before I die. So I don't know. We shall see if that ever happens. So the final thing that was on this list was curtain dancing because I love Cirque du Soleil and this looks fun as hell. I have not done the curtain dancing. I've done pull-up dancing. I don't know. I don't think that's the same thing. I would still love to do that. I just need to find a place where you can do that. Maybe I can hang one up in my garage. I actually just recently bought a pole to do pole dancing. Not sure if I'll ever be able to share videos of that on Instagram because my daughter has forbidden me from posting pole dancing videos because she really doesn't want anybody to think her mother is a stripper. And I was like, I'm not going to be up there in the thong. But, you know, I'm going to honor her wishes and not post that unless she gives me permission. So you guys will probably never, ever see the pole dancing videos. But if I buy a curtain and hang it in my garage, it's not pole dancing. So, and I don't think strippers do curtain dancing. So therefore, maybe I should just go ahead and invest in this curtain for the garage and just start practicing. But I really love this idea of setting a bucket list, maybe adventures that you want to go on, even if they seem completely unrealistic before you die. Unlike setting New Year's resolution goals, I think it just adds a little aspect of fun. And even if you have the goal of getting a six-pack or losing 20 pounds, instead of maybe writing, I want to lose 20 pounds or I want to get a six-pack, maybe writing like fun fitness things that will eventually lead you to that dream body that you've been wanting. So I'm going to add on to my list because I think it's important as you check things off to add other things that you want to do, especially because our interests change as the years go by. But I think it'd be really, really fun to take a like samurai sword class or a fencing class. And I actually probably never would have thought about this, but my son is currently interested in everything samurai related. He's really into katana swords. He cannot get enough. He has like 10 of these swords. Just recently, he has expressed a ton of interest in actually learning Japanese and going to Japan and talking with the people that make the swords, if that's at all possible. But I think it'd be like a really fun thing to do together, and it would be a great memory for him. It'd be fun for me as well, and then to hopefully then make it an end goal to take that trip to Japan, and in the meantime, just learn something really cool about another culture. The other thing that I think would be really fun to do is to learn all the different type of ballroom dancing. So I definitely have always wanted to do that. I don't know why I haven't gone. Maybe it's just one of those things where I just don't want to go by myself. I'm currently trying to convince my daughter to go with me. There is salsa and cumbia lessons in Pomona where I live, and I'm hoping that I can drag her there with me because A, it would be fun just to do not by myself, but also to do with her, because I don't think she realizes how much fun it is. And even though that may not be her most favorite music out there, I think she would actually really learn to enjoy it. And, there's nothing more fun than being dragged to do something you don't want to do and then maybe really enjoying the hell out of it. So that's definitely on my bucket list, as is, and I know this is going to sound completely crazy, or maybe not, just because of my push-up flows that I like to do, but I really would love to learn a lot of like the breakdancing moves, and maybe this is just because I'm an 80s child, but I'm not opposed to breaking out the cardboard on Melrose Avenue and trying to, wrangle up some extra money, but it looks fun and it looks challenging and it incorporates kind of some gymnastic-y style moves, and I love anything that incorporates gymnastics. Anything that presents a bit of a challenge is always fun. Of course, I don't know. I've always noticed anytime I try something new that has like a little bit of like calisthenics or gymnastics related moves, those are the times that I always hurt myself or do something damaging to my body. But you know what? You only live once. So sometimes you got to just go for it and let the chips or the bones fall where they may. Anyway, I'm just going to leave it here for now. I could probably add a gazillion things to my list because, what isn't there that you wouldn't want to experience if given the opportunity? But I would really love to hear what you guys would love on your fitness bucket list. Maybe that'll give me some new ideas as well. So please make a comment either here or on the Instagram, Strong Mom Pod. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. Some new things that are coming your way in 2019 is I have new programming coming out. It's called Limitless. It's combining strength training with calisthenics, so two of the things that I love the most. I'm just this type of person where I like to not only feel strong, but I like to feel athletic as well. I like to know, like, if I take my kids to the park, I can jump on those bars with them. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So keep a lookout for that. Programming will be going out the second week of January, but you can sign up for that now through my website at marisainda.com, marisainda.com. Of course, if you're still interested in powerlifting or power building, head over to jtsstrength.com. All of your needs can be met through Juggernaut. And that's it for now. I look forward to the end of the year. Everybody stay safe on the new year. I hope that you have a very Merry Christmas. And here's to a fun and adventure-filled 2019. Thanks, guys. Bye.